everyone. I'm J. Lenora Bressler, and welcome to the April 28, 2020 edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. This is going to be a very short Delight in the Details because what verse am I covering? None, because there's none to cover. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the topic of how did Christ physically look? There are no verses in the Bible that tell us how he looked. In fact, the only even hint we have is in John saying that there was no majesty or beauty to draw us to him. But that doesn't necessarily refer just to physicality. I think that may have more to do with the fact that Jesus had deliberately taken off the obvious glory of the Godhead in order to be able to walk around and people to be able to interact with him. So actually, we know nothing about Christ's physical appearance. Now, that is very, very strange for several reasons. First of all, this is the most important person that's ever lived. Is a person that's been the most talked about, written about, commented upon. So the fact that we know nothing about his physical appearance, number one, is rather odd. Number two, it's particularly odd given the era in which the Gospels were written, because the time of that period of the Roman Empire, one of the most popular types of literature that was being written was biographies and autobiographies. We know very well how almost all of the major politicians, major writers, philosophers, what they looked like. Not only were there images on coins, but much, much deeper than that, we have many writings in which people were described in very graphic detail, so that it's very easy, frankly, if you're wanting to be a critic, to criticize the casting in many historically and biblically based movies, because you're like, that is nothing like Julius Caesar actually looked. That is nothing like Octavian looked, because we know so much from these ancient writings. So the fact that not only little, but no time is given to Christ's physical appearance, I think is very, very telling. You know, we always talk about what's in the Bible and what's significant is what's in the Bible. But perhaps it's also significant what isn't in the Bible. Let us contemplate today, what does that tell us about how we are to evaluate others based on the fact that we're not even given any information on which to evaluate Jesus physically? It's a very interesting contemplation, isn't it? Sometimes what's not there is just as important as what is. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Visit me on the